Hi, welcome back to Cheetah Tales. My name is Adelaide Moturi, the Educational Outreach Coordinator for Action for Cheetahs in Kenya. This week, our live chat will be coming to you from Kenya at 5:30 p.m. East Africa time, which will be 10:30 a.m. Eastern time and 7:30 a.m. Pacific time on Friday, May 29th. We will be introducing you to our scat detection dogs. Our dogs have been trained in the detection of cheetah, scat, or paw. This work is important for our national cheetah survey because it helps to confirm that cheetahs are present in an area even when we do not see them. We take the dogs to areas where we have determined through interviews and preliminary surveys that it is likely that a cheetah passes through with regularity. In pilot surveys that took 2 years, we collected 300 scat samples without using dogs, but after analysis of the samples we thought were cheetah, we found less than 10% were cheetah scat. Although cheetah scat has a very unique smell, the human nose is not nearly as sensitive as a dog's nose. A dog has up to 300 million scent receptors in its nose. A dog can smell cheetah scat from more than 1 kilometer away and lead the handler to it. Once the scat is collected by the field team, a small portion is stored in ethanol and a small portion is dried and frozen as quickly as possible. The ethanol preserves genetic material while the frozen portion is used for the diet and hormone analysis. The DNA is extracted from the scat at the Kenya Wildlife Forensics Lab. The result gives us a genetic sequence that not only tells us for certain it was from a cheetah, but determines the maternal and the paternal relationship. Our partners at the Cheetah Conservation Fund in Namibia help us to read the genetic sequencing. Without even seeing the cheetah, we can determine its relationship to all other cheetahs in an area. The hair and bones in the scat tells us what the cheetah has been eating. The diet analysis allows our game counts in the area to determine if there is adequate natural prey to support the cheetah or if the cheetah is too frequently consuming domestic livestock. The frozen sample is also checked for parasites and hormones that tell us if a female is in her breeding cycle. Training a dog is time consuming, but our dogs have found over 100 samples in just 15 weeks of searching in areas covering over 3,000 square kilometers. More than 90 samples were confirmed in the lab to be from a cheetah. Training dogs for detection starts at a young age. We look for dogs that have a high play drive and we reinforce that drive with ball play. They are taught that the behavior of finding and indicating on cheetah scat will be rewarded with playtime. We have 4 dogs on our current team. This is Warrior, Maddie, Artemis, and Persephone. To keep our dogs focused on the target, we use a scent room where the dogs learn to indicate by confidently sitting and staying at the site of a scat. We use different types of boxes to train the dogs not to eat the scat, but to let us collect it. We use activity and noise distractions to keep the dog focused on the target in the scent room and in a controlled training area. Additionally, the dogs are taken for walks in areas where there are people, domestic animals, and wildlife, and their focus on the target is continuously reinforced. Once training is complete, field tests using placed cheetah scat confirm that the dogs are ready to start finding the wild cheetah scat. KWS and other facilities with orphan cheetahs provide us with fresh scat regularly to help us for training. We begin fieldwork in areas where we are certain that a cheetah has been seen recently. Temperature, wind, and humidity parameters are most important factors that are measured to promote success in the search. The right parameters assure that the scent is at nose level for the dog. Each dog searches in its own way. Warrior keeps her head low, so she is best in flatter terrain when the temperature is low and humidity is higher. Maddie searches with his head high and his mouth open, making him best when there is wind and in rugged terrain. Artie and Percy are still in the training process. The K9 team relies heavily on our field scouts while working in the field. Field scouts back up the K9 team in searches and share information about the cheetah in the local communities. The field team uses the conflict mitigation toolbox to provide information to prevent livestock loss to cheetah and other predators. We are grateful to the donors and supporters who have helped our dog program since its inception. We are also grateful for the rangers from the areas we've worked in that provide us with information and protection while we are searching. In the coming 2 years, we plan to take the dogs to 10 to 15 locations across Kenya in search of cheetah scats. At the end of the fieldwork, we will be able to map cheetah presence and connectivity. We will also be able to look at the level of threats facing the cheetahs in each area. Information from this study will assist the Kenya Wildlife Service in the conservation of cheetahs across its range. Our SCAT team will be joining you live to answer your questions about the dogs and our research this Friday at 5:30 p.m. East Africa time, network permitting. Join us then.